Hey guys, our decline, average picker. So we've got one last Jeffery Post lock. This is the Jeffery Post number 50. So thought let's see if we can get it picked. And then we're going to get some of these off in the mail today, or more realistically, tomorrow. So let's see what we can get here. So very slight movement on the core, just off of 1 and 2. Didn't have to lift them very much. Shift to the back of the lock. Okay, got a tad of a false, and that was from either hitting 4 or 5, I believe. Trying to get a good feel on 5, see what we get. Okay, 5 is not wanting to do very much for us. Okay, so we hit 4 and it put us into a little bit more of a false. So I'm going to come up on 3, which is definitely giving us some counter rotation. This could be it. There we go. Look, I'm not sure. I feel like I set 5. Maybe I did. Sometimes I get back there. Like I said before too, these are a little bit smaller than I'm used to. Oh, yay, no C-clip. Let's see, we do have a key. There we go. So this is the Jeffery Post, number 50. Oh yeah, there's our bidding. You can see we didn't have a whole lot of lifting we had to do on the first 2. A lot of the work was being done back here. We know it's going to work. We haven't had really an issue with these posts. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see 5. I may have nudged it. Like I said, some of these that I had from him, they've been a little bit tinier than what I've been used to working on, at least lately. And it's entirely possible when I said 4, I was actually meaning 5. That would not surprise me at all. How are we looking? We shim it. I think we're gonna be okay. I'm kind of expecting to see a taper pin on key pin 3 or 4. Just because the feedback was very similar. They're sitting really nice and flush. Pinning tweezers. Do I have them on me? Did I leave them in the back room? Do I have any? Oh, here they are. Guys, they're right in front of me. Why don't you guys say something to me when they're right in front of me like that? Okay, so 5. Oh, man, 5. These are some neat pins. You don't want to get into 5 too badly. Get into that key pin. Could be nasty. Okay, I'm a little trouble getting 4 wanting to come out. Feels a little bit thick for the lock. Oh, okay, so that's not what I was expecting off of 4. So my last prediction was on 3. Would have held for 3. Yeah, okay, so 3 is not what I imagined 3 was. That's interesting. The feedback I was getting, it felt like it had that constant rotation needed on him. So I was expecting another one of those guys that just kind of tapers in. Okay, let's see, we got it going on upstairs. That's where the real work is done. Oh, come on. Oh, that's an interesting guy. Little kind of bullety spool guy. Pretty sure he was that way. think a few of these might have been turned. They're not the way I would have arranged them. Let's see, we got work going on upstairs here. I mean, so far we've had really consistent threading in chambers from post locks I've done. Yeah, it looks like one for sure. Five feels like it could have some threading on it. Let's see what's going on in the core. 1, 2, 3, 4 all have really nice threading that I have now come to just expect from Jeffery Post. Just very clean. And 5 seems standard. 5 seems like there was a thought about doing something to it. It may have been widened a little, just a tad. You know how sometimes you start to do something and then you go, maybe not. You made just a shiver of a cut. 5 almost feels like that. Okay, so let's get the camera flipped around and see what we've got going on. Okay, hopefully this won't move. I think my iPad stand is wanting to drift a little bit, so I apologize if you get any movement. Okay, so on our core, so you can see we've got really nice threads on 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see 5, it almost looks like he started to do something to it. Or just maybe wanted to widen and kind of put a slight bevel on there. Upstairs, I've left the springs in like I normally do. I guess I'll make that my trademark. But it does seem like it does seem like, so we do have some threading, looks like, going on up there. Let's take a look at these pins. So here's our one key pin. So nice little guy. God, I'm having trouble getting this focus to come on. And he was paired up with this nasty guy. Look at that. And all he really needed was a little nudge just past this. He was not sitting very deep in there. 2. Definitely don't want to get into oversetting 2. You will just, because, I mean, you've got enough down here to feel like that could be a 0 cut. So if you did overset him, you would be working your way quite a bit up that ladder. Okay, here's our 2 driver. Now, when our 2 driver came out, he might have been with the shear line this way to him. I'm pretty sure the spring needs to be against that, and that's the shear line portion. I had that on a couple others, because when this guy came out, so this is our 3 driver, he was orientated with the shear line here to the thicker part. I would really feel like the shear line should be orientated to his thinner portion. And when he came out, we did have the shear line here and not up there on the thicker one. So a pin may have gotten flipped. So this is our 5 driver. And the shear line would have been here on him. Across there. Nice little work. And our 5 key pin. You definitely don't want to get into oversetting this guy. So 4. Yeah, if he got up there, you slipped him up there, you could sit there for a minute. 3. So now this guy, I really thought was going to be one of those kind of tapering spike ones. Oh, I'm having so much issues with the camera focusing. Yeah, but he's not at all what I was expecting. And even upstairs, no matter which way you had this guy turned, yeah, the feedback I was getting from him, we'll look at 4, because I wasn't 100% sure if maybe it was 4. Yeah, no, the feedback I was getting from these guys was definitely not what I thought I was feeling. So there we go, looking for something that was not there. I think we did all right anyway, getting through it. So I don't know, that guy's neat. I think that might be my favorite in this batch. I like him. I do also like 5 down here a lot. Okay, guys. Well, Jeffrey, thanks for pinning up the number 50. Do appreciate it. And yeah, thanks to Jimmy for giving me some of these few locks to get me kind of worked through the little dry spell of no locks. And now we've got some ones from K1. So we'll get, these guys are going off in the mail. These Jeffery Posts. I've got another one I think that's going off in the mail. And then get into this K1 package really good. Go at it full force. All right, guys. You have a good one.